Hey everybody, Graham here. Two things I want to hit today. Number one, the discovery by Elon Musk's team that Twitter's safety people, or whatever they call their content moderation people, have been meeting monthly with representatives from the Department of Homeland Security to deal with quote unquote misinformation. Now, we all know that misinformation is a somewhat fluid term. Today's misinformation is tomorrow's fact. So, and we've seen this any number of times. Pick the example you want. The fact that the government is colluding with private corporations to affect a particular politics is something that should disturb anyone, no matter what their politics are. There is a name for what happens when the government colludes with corporations for political ends, and that name is fascism. But I'm not seeing the supposed anti-fascists out there saying anything about this. So that's really disturbing. I'm hoping that under Elon that's going to stop, although the government being what it is, it would not surprise me if they found a way to strong-arm him into it. The other thing I want to hit is that Amber Heard is evidently homeless. She sold all of her property, and she's now bumming around Europe or something, and she has applied for a stay in one of the insurance company lawsuits, claiming, ironically, subject matter jurisdiction, because she is supposedly no longer a resident of any state, which makes it difficult to bring a suit against her in a state court. I don't know how effective this strategy is going to be, but let's call the strategy what it is. It's run and hide, basically. She apparently is effectively homeless. Now, I didn't know that there was a kind of homelessness that involved, like, hanging out in Spain and drinking a lot of wine. If I did know that, I probably would have signed up for it at some point. But that seems to be what she's doing. What I'm wondering is who is filing these things for her. We know she has appellate counsel for her appeal against the defamation verdict. But I have to wonder at this point, like, what lawyer is going to represent her? They have to know that they're not going to see any money at this point. So unless she's got someone bankrolling her, which is possible. I mean, we know that Elon bankrolled some of what she was doing, but I get the feeling that Elon is not super friendly with her anymore, which is not to say that she couldn't have something on him and is, kind of blackmailing him or whatever. Pure speculation, not an accusation. But yeah, I don't know where this money is coming from to pay these lawyers, because the people who were supposed to be paying her lawyers are now fighting over whether or not they actually have to. And the lawyers she's got now have got to be looking at this and going, we're never going to see a dime. So that kind of befuddles me. But Amber does seem to have ways of getting what she wants. So I'm not going to say that this is a completely futile thing that she's engaged in, because who the hell knows? I am wondering personally how this whole, like, running away from the U.S. thing is going to work, because I was under the impression that you couldn't really do that. That your debts are going to follow you all over the world. Your judgments are going to follow you all over the world. Maybe you could move to China or Iran or something, some country that's hostile to the U.S. and, hide there. But what are you going to do? And what is she going to do? I mean, I don't think she's got any skills. I mean, I would say apart from acting, but she doesn't really have any skills in that department either. Basically, the sum total of her skill is a pretty face. So I think she's reaching the end of the line. I think at some point she's going to get a reckoning, and that's that. Oh, and speaking of reckonings, Nate the Lawyer did a stream about his lawsuit today, which I'm sure it's still up on his channel, the playbacks, which I would definitely encourage watching because it's pretty good. He goes through some of the stuff, and there's a lot of laughs. It's good stuff. So anyway, that's the roundup for today. I will see if there's